Hey everybody, and welcome. So yeah, I'm gonna install a mode. I want to say thanks to Stone Age Gamer for getting me my mode a lot sooner than I was expecting, actually. So that's exciting. And yeah, thanks to Terra Onion for a product that I've heard nothing but good things about. All right, so I did a little pre-gaming. I unscrewed the screws from the Dreamcast. Screws from the Dreamcast are unscrewed. Before I did that, I had to remove the broadband adapter or the modem, whatever you have in your socket there. You got to take that out. All right. So cool. Yeah. Let's see here. I'm also currently copying a couple of games to the SD card that I'm putting in the mode. We're going to try out GigaWing 2 and Armada today. Yeah, these are old Funko / GameStop purchased ones, so they've got old SKU labels still on them from, 2 decades ago. But hey, what can you do? All right. So here's the mode itself. I'm very excited. It's a pretty cool little board. Should install pretty easy. All right. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to get my screwdriver ready to go. Yay! And then we're going to set aside... I got the optional 3D printed bracket for this because, frankly, I wanted it to be a little more stable than the footsies that they send you from Terra Onion. Nothing against the footsies, but bracket just seemed better. And yeah, and let's crack open the cast. I made a tactical error. I have no place to put the cover. Give me 1 second. All right, the cover has been gently placed down. You want to be careful taking the cover off and putting the cover back on again, because I've heard things about the power button suddenly going terribly wrong. All right, so I'm going to look at everything first. I'm not going to take off the this power unit here. I'm not going to take that off. I'm going to leave that just where it is. Just going to take out the optical disc. I'm going to move the microphone a little out of my way while I do this. And I lied. I'm going to have to slide this a little back towards me while I do this so I can, see what I'm doing. So there are 3 screws. One here, and one over here. Those are the 3 screws that we're going to be taking out today. One. Okay, here's number 2. Let's go. Come on. Two. And here comes number 3. Come on, number 3. Haha, 3. As we're losing our screwdriver. Yeah, I love this screwdriver. The only thing I hate about it is that the drivers come out of the handle. All right, you want to be gentle, just pulling this up because it is attached to this little thing here. All right, and here we go. A GD-ROM unit for your Dreamcast. We're going to save this because this is still a perfectly fine working GD-ROM unit. I've got other Dreamcasts around, and if their GD-ROM fails, hey, I've got an extra. All right, now let's mount our 3D printed bracket. Cool beans. Trying to line that thread up just right. I'm not going to screw it in too tight in case I need to shift it when I'm putting the mode down. I want the mode to line up perfect with that, and I want to be able to screw the mode in once it's installed. Yeah, it's pretty solidly in there already. It's pretty good. All right, and then one more screw. And I really hate the screwdriver right now. All right, cool. And that is in place. Just going to put the handle over here for now and, pretend like everything is perfect. Now the mode. It's a little bit of a tight fit in its baggie here, but that's okay. As long as the baggie lets go. This is the second Terra Onion product I've purchased. I also own the Mega SD, which is pretty great. I bought the Mega SD directly from them, and I purchased this from Stone Age Gamer. It's a little bit more than buying direct, but, the shipping was a lot faster than from Angora. And I wanted the 3D printed bracket, which was extra nifty. All right, so you want to find this connector here. This is the connector that's going to connect to our GD port here. You want to be careful, but then place it down firmly. All right, I think it's in there. Neato. And that's it. That's the whole installation for the Dreamcast. It's a lot easier than on a Saturn, or if you're going to try to do this with the PlayStation, egads. PlayStation's a little more than I want to deal with. Plus, I tend to play my PlayStation games on my PS TV nowadays anyway. Or my PSP Go, or my PS Vita, All right, so I'm going to just move this around a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. This has a whole lot of screw holes in it, but we're not going to go crazy. Okay, I'm definitely going to need this for a little extra torque. I hate where the micro SD slot is, frankly. Like I want to modify the top part of the Dreamcast case so I can get at it, because otherwise I feel like oh yeah, that's going to be a pain in the butt. All right, so new plan. We're going to take this out again to put the SD card back in. But anyway, I don't know, let's try it from the other angle, right? Yeah, it's a major pain in the butt. I could probably get rid of the shielding thing because I don't know. I don't know that it's doing much, but all right. So we're gonna take a minute and wait for me to finish putting stuff on the memory card I've got prepared. I got a 200 gigabyte micro SD card for this because I figure I only want to have to do this once, right? 1, 2, 3. I got 3 folders left. That shouldn't take too long. So how are you doing out there in Chatland, in Twitchland? You doing good today? Thank you for stopping by and saying hi. It's excellent to have you. Gonna unscrew this. Yeah, I had a feeling that I was going to want to install the SD card before I threw it in here, but I took a chance. I took a chance and I failed. All right, so to get it out, you just want to carefully give it a little wiggle, carefully and firmly. And again, this connector right there is what connects right into the GD-ROM port. This really is a pretty fantastic board. I'll give you little instructions here. This is where you would insert a hard drive. Over here's a micro SD, and then we've got a USB thumb drive. You've got a low profile USB thumb drive that you'd like to use for this instead. It should support all. Back here we've got a Spartan 6, and then what is this? It's a little ARM processor here. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm looking at things. I don't even know if you can see it. So the Spartan 6 is there, and a little ARM processor's there. Yeah, it's a pretty nifty device. And yeah, there's a little adapter set that you can get to have it work with the PlayStation, and then it should work right out of the box with the Sega Saturn. And there's some included bits. This cable here you only need for the Sega Saturn. And then these are the footsies that you would use if you didn't have something like this 3D bracket here. As for my setup when I actually play the Dreamcast, I use an OSSC. I cannot tell you how happy I am with the OSSC. For the Dreamcast itself, I use the VGA input and the audio input over here. And I use it with a VGA box that I got all the way back when I bought my first Dreamcast in like 2000. It's a Mackie Dreamcast VGA box. It works just as well as the original first party one. It's a little cool. It's got the dust of years of use on it, but you know. And then I also have one of the Retro Fighters controllers for the Dreamcast on top of original controllers galore. And then I also have an X-Arcade adapter that will allow me to use my X-Arcade tank stick with the Dreamcast for when I play any of the multitude of fighting games that I have for the system. All right, so we are still transferring files. Files. Whew, a lot of files. Yeah, do something like stuff with my Mister, and the transfer goes really quick. Then I go and do it with something like this, and it's like, no, each one of these things is like, 900 megs to 3 gigs, so you're going to have to deal with it, dude. Like, I don't want to. Oh, my shoot 'em up folder. Oh, that's going to take so long. That's 20 gigabytes worth of shoot 'em ups. I love my shoot 'em ups, though. At least the survival game folder is pretty small. So yeah, this is actually turning out to be a longer stream than I intended. I thought I'd just throw this together and show it off, but, you know. There, we'll turn up the brightness a little bit so you can see a little bit better what's going on. Ring light throws everything into a tizzy. Okay. Yeah. I only want to do this once, so. Yeah, you know what? Heck with it. If I don't screw it in, it'll be fine, right? Alright, let's get this finished. There we go. Alright, so let's eject this from the computer and see where we've got. See where we go. Alright. It's a little toasty. Alright, so 200 gig micro SD card. I'm just going to take it and I'm going to slide it. Is this the right? Oh yeah, look at that. Cool. It's nice and secure, clicks right in. Better we did it now than after we stuck it in there, frankly. Right, and then we're going to, again, just apply a little bit of pressure. Don't want to do too much. Don't want to warp the board. Get myself all freaked out. All right, and now let's throw the cover back on and try turn on our Dreamcast. It's being finicky. Can't even really tell what it's catching on. It's catching on something and not wanting to close all the way. All right, let's not go too crazy with it right now. We'll get it all put back together later. Okay, I'll plop that there. Plug in our VGA box. That all connected to our OSSC. We have to plug our OSSC in. And then our HDMI cable goes into the OSSC. Turn this on. And just dial it in using our little buttons here to make sure it's on the right input. Plug in a controller, and now I'm just going to open up my screen here, and we'll see how we do. Yeah, here's the issue. The power button's not wanting to play. What happened here? Why did this go away? Here we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, the power button's not wanting to play nice. So let's do it the old-fashioned way. Okay, how we doing? It's asking me for time and date. Hopefully that should be set right to give you the full experience of what I'm doing. All right, so let's set the date. Yep, that already froze up. That's weird. All right, I'll refresh that in a second. I don't know why, but lately I've been having issues when it comes to the Elgato capture and Streamlabs wanting to, talk to each other. All right. Yeah, it crapped out again. What is that? I'm not sure what's interfering with it. I have a feeling that it's Discord, honestly. But we'll see. Yeah, it froze again. Why is it doing that? That is so bizarre. All right, so it works. Cool. The capture device is frozen again. But let's see if we can Wow, I'm a silly goose. I meant to I meant to test out GigaWing, and GigaWing's not on the card. So what can we test out? Let's do a classic. Ha 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 ha. Here we go.
Capcom presents.
Look at that. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And of course the capture device freezes again. Anyway, hey look, our mode, it works. That's what I like to see. So yeah, that's good preview of Terra Onion's mode. And you can see from the super crisp awesomeness on the screen right now, even though it's frozen, that the OSSC works pretty great too. So anyway, thank you for joining me for this half hour. I'm going to shut everything down for now, take everything apart, see if I can't get some more stuff onto the SD card, get the Dreamcast back together again, and then maybe come back in a little while, play some GigaWing. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to